A lot about taxes, and joining us this afternoon is Christy Stoll, the Executive Director of IDeal, which, if you don't know, is the college savings plan based the 529 that a lot of people, 14,000 or 44,000, excuse me.
No, 14,000.
14,000.
Yes,
okay,
we're shooting for 44.
That's a big number. Either way, but 14,000 people in Idaho contribute to a 529 plan, which is basically savings for your kids' college, right?
Right, for higher education.
For higher education.
Yes.
So there have been some changes over the last year, and that's why we brought you in to kind of give people an idea of what to watch for, because when you're filing taxes, this is something you want to pay attention to. Right.
So first and foremost, I want to remind everyone to take your state tax deduction for your contributions this year. You have every year till December 31st to make a contribution into your 529 account, and then you can deduct it right off your state taxes, and it is on Form 39R, line 14.
Okay.
You don't have to itemize. Anyone can take the deduction if you are an Idaho state taxpayer. So we have found that a lot of people either forget or they don't know that they're eligible to take the tax deduction. For instance, if you're a grandma and you give for birthday, Christmas, something, you're also eligible for the same state tax deduction as if you owned the account.
Okay.
Your state tax deduction is up to $6,000 a year, of which if you're a single filer, and up to 12 if you're married filing jointly. This is a nice tax deduction.
Yeah, and you mentioned if you're an Idaho taxpayer, I mean, some people can contribute to this, like say your grandmother lives in California. Right. Do they get to take a tax rebate on that? Okay, that's good to know.
To get the Idaho state tax deduction, you have to contribute to an IDeal Idaho College Savings Program.
Okay.
Okay. If grandma lives in Colorado, California, wherever, in our field, we always say, first look in your own state to see if there's a tax benefit for you to contribute, because grandma can contribute in her state of residence, get whatever tax incentive, and their beneficiary can still use the money anywhere.
Okay. So this is something that's an ongoing program. Talk about some of the changes that have happened in the last year when it comes to the federal and the state.
Right. So just before Christmas, a couple days before Christmas, the president signed into law a new change allowing for K-12 use of 529 funds.
Really?
And so we needed in Idaho to pass some legislation to allow that to happen as well. We did get that legislation passed, and it was signed into law in March, late March, and we retroactivated that for January 1st.
Okay.
So if you did take that thinking that it was a done deal because the federal law had changed, you're covered for Idaho as well. So there are a couple caveats. It's for tuition only.
So this is for like private schools, right?
So it could be private, public. It could be private, public, or religious schools. That's what the law says. And so when you're thinking about it, most commonly you're thinking about private schools, right? Because they have tuition. And so it's for up to $10,000 a year per student per year for tuition only. No uniforms, no books, just tuition. Now, a lot of people will say, well, what do you mean? Why does it say public schools? So in Idaho, for instance, in kindergarten, most schools offer half-time kindergarten at no charge.
Right.
Full-time kindergarten sometimes comes with a cost. In West Ada, my child's about to be in kindergarten, and that she gets in full-day kindergarten, our tuition cost will be $250 a month. I could use my 529, my IDeal 529 money to pay that tuition cost.
Awesome. Okay, so anything else really quickly? We're kind of almost out of time, but the people need to know about when it comes to the 529.
You know, like we said, a lot of things have changed. You can use it for computers. We did increase the state tax deduction in the last year, so it used to be $4,000 and $8,000. Now it's $6,000 and $12,000. So if it's been a while, check back with us. We'd love to help you save for education K through 20.
Excellent. All right. Well, thank you very much, Christy. Christy Stoll with the IDeal program here, and so that's great information. And you can contact you guys. What's the website?
www.idsaves.org.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much. And we'll be right back with more of the news at noon right after this.
It's tax season, America. Time to make